Martin Luther King knew his audience needed hope and inspiration. When he gave his I Have a Dream speech, the word dream applies to people emotionally. Dr. King likens the general public by comparing it to a legal loan agreement by saying, "We've come to the Capitol to cash a check, and that the founding fathers or the architects of our republic were signing a promissory note to which every American was to fall heir." So what this comparison is basically saying is that when the founding fathers wrote these documents, they promised that Americans would enjoy all their basic human rights. Dr. King refers to these rights when quoting directly from the Declaration of Independence that Americans are making. It is guaranteed unalienable rights of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. This direct reference thus demonstrates Dr. King's commitment to upholding the fundamental ideas that founded the United States. It is clear that America is in default on the promissory note. America has not fulfilled part of the deal, and therefore has not fulfilled the promises and ideas of this token loan agreement. In the following excerpt, Dr. King mentions the common theme of reinterpreting his American dream. And he says he still has a dream and is deeply rooted in the American dream. Ultimately, however, the American dream is also exclusive because it is not meant to include many marginalized communities, including those of color. He says that right now, the state of Mississippi is sweltering with the heat of oppression, and he is a symbol of dehumanization, stifling oppression that prevents people from enjoying true freedom. But Dr. King turns the symbol of oppression into one of the tolerance and refugee when he says that the state of Mississippi, but not just the state of Mississippi, but the entire nation will hopefully become one day an oasis of freedom and justice. And in one of the most famous passages of this speech, Dr. King says that he hopes his children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. And he contrasts these two situations so effectively with the use of constants. And when describing the color of his skin or the content of his personality, he repeats this hard C sound, so that people saying that were judged by species contrasts these two phrases very effectively in consonants. He had a way of talking that let people not lose hope as they look toward freedom, even though him and his audience were treated harshly at that time, which would put people down. But he always tried his best with keeping their hopes up and making them feel stronger. And he always had hope that one day Americans will all initiate respect for one another.